What's going down, good people? Welcome back to the station. This is Destination Devy. Y'all know who it is, man. The captain of this here thing that we do, Ray G. You can find me on Twitter at RayGQ. And this is the Dynasty Trade Show, the first one after the 2021 NFL Draft, where we're going to start to see some of these picks, these 102s, 103s, 104s, be associated with names, actual NFL rookies, and we know their landing spots, we know the draft capital, so it should make this offseason of roster management, roster construction, that much more fun, and that much more beneficial for all of us to sort of see what these names and what these rookies are being moved for in terms of current NFL veterans. And, you know, a lot of people have asked, how do I get my trades on the show? You know, how do you evaluate my teams or whatever, trade advice? It's all over there at Patreon. I don't have a website. Don't sell a draft kit, none of that. Just ask that you support $3, $7, $10 a month, patreon.com/allgas. Dope rankings, analytical database, and a Discord community of over 650 people talking Devy Dynasty, college, rookie trades, roster construction, all of that stuff 24/7. But first show after the draft, let's go ahead and dive into a couple of deals, talk about them, and one more time, for those of you who may have missed, I'm not listing out, this is a 10-team, half-point PPR, super flex, blah, 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 double cop. I'm not doing any of that. We're listening to trade, talking about the trade on the merits, and I'll just sort of talk about would I do this in a 12-team league, in a 10-team league, super flex, single quarterback. That way, hopefully the advice is a little more actionable and applicable in general to everybody kind of watching and listening to the show instead of super, super specific. So let's jump into the first deal. And we have an individual received a 2021 106 and a 2022 first-round pick for Scott Miller and the 104. And, you know, for me, it doesn't matter the format, doesn't matter the league. This is a deal I'm probably considering. You know, single quarterback, that's sort of my cutoff point, right? I talked about 4 sort of locked and loaded prospects that if I had to put my stamp on, it would be Pitts, Chase, Najee Harris, and Devonta Smith. So those are the 4. But after that, we know Travis Etienne in Jacksonville. We know Javonte Williams in Denver. So if I'm pivoting from the 104 at worst case, which is Devonta Smith, to Javonte Williams, or from Javonte Williams to Devonta Smith at the 106, that's a deal that I'm willing to take. All I have to give up is Scotty Miller, and I'm getting kicked back a 2022 first-round pick. To me, this is a no-brainer, slam dunks on the 106 side, assuming that if it's in single quarterback, it's Jamar Chase, Najee Harris. I mean, you're going to have your pick of one of the running backs or one of the top wide receivers. And in super flex formats, this is where you would have to be comfortable in super flex, right? Missing out on one of the top 4 quarterbacks. But the way that these drafts have been going, Zach Wilson's not going at the 104. So if you need a quarterback, there's still a really good chance that you land Zach Wilson at 106. And then outside of tight end premiums, there's still a chance that you land a Kyle Pitts at the 106 spot. So either way, super flex single quarterback. I like this deal for the team that received 106 and a 2022 first round pick for Scott Miller and the 104. Savvy move. All right. This one is, it's simple. It's simple, but you do this move 100 out of 100 times. Like, the trade was, this individual, my boy Brandon, received a 2023 first-round pick for a 2021 204. 204 in 2021, maybe Rondale Moore, Elijah Moore, Terrace Marshall, Trey Sermon range for a 2023 first. Listen. Take a sip of coffee. I'm telling you right now, if there's any advice that I can give you today in 2021, May 8th, 2021, whatever the date is, if you can get 2023 first round picks for a second rounder in 2021, do it. Come holler at me in 2 years and tell me how grateful you were for that small, easy tip. Home run, slam dunk, 2023 first. Doesn't matter the format. Doesn't matter anything. Make that deal 10 out of 10 times. When I tell you the running back class, insane. Quarterbacks right now, I mean, you've got one really, really high-end asset. Still trying to figure out the other guy to see if he could be that. Wide receivers, you got some talented wideouts in the 2023 class, but the prize are the running backs. So, easy deal. 2023 first for the 204. Easy money right there. All right. We got another one with some vets. We got some vets in here. We have Darren Waller and Dalvin Cook being acquired for Andy Dalton, David Montgomery, Mark Andrews, and a 2022 first. This is super flex, right? So Dalton is a 6-week starter. So you've upgraded from Andrews to Waller. You've upgraded from Montgomery to Cook, and you've only had to give up a 2022 first round pick. And if you're making this move, acquiring Waller and Cook, I'm going to assume that you have a competitive team. And if you have a competitive team, your 2022 first is probably going to be later. So let's just project it to be pick 7 through 12. 7 through 12 in 2022, although there's some talented players there, I would much rather have Dalvin Cook and Darren Waller opposed to David Montgomery and Mark Andrews. Like, it's Montgomery and Andrews, Cook and Waller. No one's arguing that. Cook and Waller, the 2022 first, single quarterback, super flex leagues. This is a great deal for the team that acquired Darren Waller and Dalvin Cook. The team that got Montgomery and Andrews, like, you probably sold a little low on Waller and Cook. Kudos to getting the first, but I like the side of Waller and Cook quite by a lot, to be honest with you. So give me Darren Waller, Dalvin Cook over Andrews, Dalton the first, and David Montgomery. All right. Love these. I love whenever the team is listed so we can see who they have and can actually talk about this move. So the trade in itself, right, was this team received Austin Ekeler, gave up Devontae Smith, and a 2022 first-round pick. It's steep capital to give up. It's tough to give up, but let's take a look at a squad. It's got Matt Ryan, Cam Akers, J.K. Dobbins, A.J. Brown, Calvin Ridley, Chris Godwin, Jonnu Smith, Travis Etienne, Jamar Chase, and I see on the bench, I see Tua Tagovailoa down there. This is a single quarterback league, no super flex. So you're adding Austin Ekeler to this squad, and hey, I like it. You know, another running back that catches a ton of passes in an offense that's better. It's got a better offensive line. Justin Herbert's another year in. I think this was a good deal for both sides. Clearly, the side that has Matt Ryan, I mean, this is a win-now team. This is a deep playoff team. If Ryan can stay healthy, if Akers and Ekeler are healthy, Godwin, Ridley, A.J. Brown, I mean, there's a lot of health questions over here, especially with A.J. Brown and, you know, Austin Ekeler, Chris Godwin kind of banged up last year. But if that team can perform with some youth, right, you still have Etienne and Chase on the squad. Receiving Austin Ekeler, he's one of those backs where I think his game is going to age well, right? Like, even when he's not the focal point anymore, he's still going to be a very proficient receiving back. So this is a deal where I like it for both sides. This is a win-win for both sides. I like the team that acquired Austin Ekeler. Looks good, and I'm going to assume the team that traded for Devontae Smith and a 2022 first-round pick is a younger team, rebuilding team. Love it, man. I love this deal for both sides of the squad. Both sides, this was a good deal. Good deal. All right. All right. Let's talk about this one. My man Big G Herbo is back with another trade, and he received DK Metcalf and a 2023 first for Chris Godwin, the 108 and the 110. So one more time, he gets DK Metcalf and the 2023 first for Chris Godwin, the 108 and the 110. Super flex leagues, the 108, you're potentially you can grab Zach Wilson. He's in that 107, 108 range. I know some people in the last show say, I'd take Zach Wilson top 4. It ain't happening in Superflex. I mean, that's just where the ADP is right now. So I hear you talking about wanting to take Zach Wilson that high. It's not happening. People aren't doing it. So 108, good shot at Zach Wilson, Javonte Williams, Travis Etienne. And at the 110, if you still needed a quarterback, Mac Jones. Single quarterback leagues, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle range, Rondale Moore potentially at the 110, Rashad Bateman. But this is this is a tough one because the 2023 class, we talked about that a couple of picks ago, is loaded. You're getting a top 6 wide receiver in DK, a top 10 wide receiver in Chris Godwin shipping off, 108 and 110. Man, this is one where In Superflex, I actually may prefer the Godwin 108 and 110 side. I mean, those are still high-end assets. That could easily be Chris Godwin, Zach Wilson, Devontae Smith. That could easily be Chris Godwin, Javonte Williams, Mac Jones. Chris Godwin, maybe Kyle Pitts. Doubt it in Superflex. But that's one where I like DK in the 2023 first. I may like Godwin in the 2 picks a little bit more. I don't think this was a bad deal for the DK side at all. Let me get that straight. It is not a bad deal. DK, 2023 first, Chris Godwin, Zach Wilson, Javonte Williams, Chris Godwin, Zach Wilson, Javonte Williams, Devonta Smith, Travis Etienne, Devonta Smith. I just would prefer that side with those 3 young assets opposed to DK and a 2023 first, and we're not really knowing where that is at the moment. It was the receiving party's 2023 first, so it's probably going to be, let's just project it a middle of the first round pick in 2023. Right now, too hard to project, but I think I like the Godwin side a tad bit more, but this one is really, really close. Another one of those deals where I don't think it's a bad deal for either side. Just give me the 2 picks, especially in Superflex leagues, and Chris Godwin over DK Metcalf in the 2023 first. And that's crazy that I'm saying that because I love the 2023 class. All right, let's take another look. All right, we got Justin Jefferson going to a team for Jalen Reagor, the 109, and the 110. So it's almost exactly the same conversation that we just had, minus a 2023 first. So if you look at this deal, first of all, Justin Jefferson over Reagor, and it's just funny that those two were picked back-to-back and they're involved in this trade. But it's Justin Jefferson over Reagor by a mile, and then is it better to have Jefferson over Zach Wilson, Javonte Williams, Devonta Smith? This is the side where, unlike where I like the Chris Godwin and the 2 picks, I prefer Justin Jefferson over Reagor, the 109 and the 110, whether that be single quarterback leagues, definitely in single quarterback leagues, and in super flex leagues. It's Mac Jones if you need a quarterback, Devonta Smith, maybe Javonte Williams. I prefer that side of Justin Jefferson a lot more. Again, it's not bad return, but in this case, I think Justin Jefferson was sold a little too low, and that's rookie euphoria, right? That's part of the season that we're in, where everybody is in love with these rookies right now. Everybody is in love with these picks. Everybody's in love with these rookies. If I'm moving Jefferson, I'm just saying it straight up. My first round picks that I want in return, they've got to be like 106 and higher, whether that's single quarterback leagues or super flex leagues. I'm not moving a top 5 dynasty wide receiver for probably at high end. Jalen Reagor's a wide receiver 2. And then, Smith and Waddle. If you just went back-to-back receivers in that range, Smith and Waddle. Zach Wilson's probably not even on the board at 109. So Smith and Mac Jones, Jalen Reagor. I want Justin Jefferson 10 out of 10 times here. I love this deal for the team that got Jefferson. And I don't really like it for the team that got Reagor, the 109 and 110. And it doesn't matter. Rebuild, win now. I think you sold too low on Justin Jefferson right here. So that's just my take on that one. All right, big boy deal. So we got the 101 on the move, 101 and 106 for Alvin Kamara, Chris Godwin, and Noah Fant. All right, let's talk through this one. Single quarterback leagues. It's Najee Harris. That's maybe Kyle Pitts. Maybe Jamar Chase goes. No, it's not even single quarterbacks. Jamar Chase isn't there. Smith probably there. It's probably Najee, Javonte, Najee, Travis Etienne, Najee, Devonta Smith, Kamara, Godwin, Noah Fant. Super flex leagues. That's Trevor Lawrence. It's Justin Fields. It's Trey Lance. That's Javonte, Travis Etienne, maybe Kyle Pitts right there. So Pitts and Lawrence, Najee Harris, and, maybe Devonta Smith right there, or Alvin Kamara, Chris Godwin, Noah Fant. I know a lot of people out here are saying sell Alvin Kamara, get out from under. I don't know why. Why? I mean, he's still a young back. He's one of those running backs whose game is going to age well. even when he's not the primary ball carrier, he can catch passes out of the backfield. I like those running backs. Running backs where I know when their day in the sun as the primary ball carrier is over, they can still be useful for an NFL team catching passes. And unlike a player like Derrick Henry, who I love, who's an absolute tank, when he's done bruising people up the middle, ripping off long runs, rushing for 150 yards a game, like it's it. He's not going to be a pass-catching back. He's, a plotting goal line back at the end of his career, whereas Alvin Kamara, as he ages, we're assuming health for all these players. His game is going to translate very well, and he can easily be a good complementary piece to another young back in the future. So Alvin Kamara over the 106 for me. So then the question is the 101, which in single quarterbacks is Najee Harris, is he better than Chris Godwin, Noah Fant? Superflex leagues, is the 101 better than Alvin Kamara or the sum of Chris Godwin and Noah Fant? Which the name of the game is win, right? Name of the game is to win. So if I'm receiving Kamara, Godwin, and Fant, I probably have a pretty good team. I am going for it. I'm probably set at quarterback. The team that made that trade is not set at quarterback or is a very... I wouldn't make this trade in a single quarterback league, giving up the 101, giving up Kamara for the 101. You're trading Kamara for Najee Harris. You're trading Chris Godwin for Devontae Smith. I think I prefer Kamara and Godwin over both of those players. So the team that received the NFL players, win now team, I'm going to assume. They're going for it. I love this deal. I think that's good value. I mean, Kamara for 101, super flex. I'm sure most people would say no, they'd want the 101. But if you're going for it and you want to win and you're adding Kamara, Chris Godwin, and Noah Fant to your squad, I'm pretty sure you're not doing that in a rebuild, and you're comfortable with giving up the 101 and the 106, I say go for it, man. The name of the game is to win, and that is a win now move. It's really the 101 for me. That's a big trade. That's a big trade, but I do like the return. This is some of the better returns that I've seen for the 101. So give me Kamara, Godwin, and Fant over those picks. Team that received it, I'm pretty sure you're shitty at quarterback and you need a running back or a wide receiver. And if it's super flex, you're pretty much locked in to guaranteed, maybe even two quarterbacks if you wanted Lawrence and Wilson, or you're definitely going to get one of the running backs in Javonte Williams or Travis Etienne. So I like this deal for both sides, but if it were me, I'd want Kamara, Godwin, and Fant over the 101 and the 106. All right. This, I mean, this is just silly. Team got DAndre Swift and a 2021 third round pick, 312, for the 108 and 212. I mean, what are we doing here, folks? Even at best case, Javonte Williams in the 212 or DAndre Swift. I want DAndre Swift. I'd take DAndre Swift over the 108 and 212. Adding the 312, I mean, that's... I don't even want to call it icing because it's not even that good, but fine, give it to me. Give me DAndre Swift over the 108, whether that's super flex, single quarterback, good Lord, no. I don't want the 108 and 212. Super flex, still a chance that you get an Etienne or a Williams, potentially Zach Wilson. I want DAndre Swift. This was a smashed accept. Great deal for the team that acquired D Swift and, I mean, rookie euphoria. All I can say is send out offers, man. You might get shit like this hit your inbox. Send out the offers. Don't be afraid to send out the offers. Negotiate. These picks are assets, currency. And if you can take, your pick and sell $1 for $1.25, if you can do that, then I do that every single time. And right here, I mean, you just take off the 312. I want DAndre Swift over the 108 and 212. Have it. 212 don't care about. 108, give me DAndre Swift over Etienne or Javonte Williams or Devontae Smith. I mean, it's a great deal. Good trade. Nice, easy, clean deal. I like clean, easy deals. And this one is a no freaking brainer. Give me DAndre Swift. All right. Trevor Lawrence was acquired for Zach Wilson, Jordan Love, and a 2022 first. So, you can look at this and say the best player acquired was Trevor Lawrence. Number one pick. We knew it for years. The second best player is Zach Wilson, the number two pick. And listen, the Jets did a hell of a job positioning that offense to be successful this year with their acquisitions of offensive line, with the signing of free agent Corey Davis, with bringing in Keelan Cole, with drafting Elijah Moore. They did a really good job. Like, I am more and more bullish on Zach Wilson's situation and him being able to thrive in that situation than I was pre-draft. Jets they've done more in the past week and a half than they had in 4 years under Adam Gase or however long it was. So I like Zach Wilson. I like Trevor Lawrence more, but I like Zach Wilson. Jordan Love. I know everyone shits on him. They hate him. Don't blame Jordan Love for the Packers' ineptitude of drafting a quarterback in the first round last year. If Aaron Rodgers leaves, he's going to be the starting quarterback. So you potentially have 2 starting quarterbacks and a 2022 first for Trevor Lawrence. I'm just trying to break the trade down. This is a super flex move. I like the Trevor Lawrence side, period. I like the T-Law side, but I don't think the Zach Wilson 2022 first and Jordan Love side is bad at all. Like, I would just prefer Trevor Lawrence. That's who I would rather have. If you're going to trade T-Law and you're a Zach Wilson believer, a lot of people have Zach Wilson QB1, QB2. So you potentially get your high-end quarterback plus a first-round pick next year, plus a potential starting quarterback in the next year or two. Oh, okay. I mean, I would take T-Law. Again, I would want Trevor Lawrence, but I don't think it's horrible. I don't think it's a horrible return. I don't. But I'd still want Trevor Lawrence. Still want T-Law. All right, last deal we're going to look at is a deal that I made right the day of the draft, or I think it was day 2 of the NFL draft. You know, just so you know, I practice what I preach. I don't just tell you to go out there and do these deals and then I'm not doing them. I do it in my own league. So right here, I gave up the 110, which turned out to be Mac Jones, the 201, the 203, and the 209. So I traded 4 draft picks. I sold off all my assets. I had a ton of picks to play with in this draft. Gave up the 110, the 201, the 203, and the 209. And I received Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Jerry Jeudy. I like it. I like it for me. Tell me what y'all think. I think this was the team that I made this deal with. He picked up this orphan. He was in a rebuild, so he wanted picks, wanted assets. And in this draft, I had the 102, the 107, the 109, the 111, and the 112. So I had 5 first-round picks, giving up one of those first, which turned out to be Mac Jones. I did want Mac Jones, and I ended up making some moves later on. Listen, to get a young, top ascending running back with an improved offensive line, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a major buy right now. Kansas City went from one of the worst offensive lines, and in 3 months, they've become one of the best offensive lines in football, from free agent acquisition signings to what they did in the NFL draft, 201, 203, 29. Listen, to me, it was easy. I want Jerry Jeudy. I want potentially the 1B to Courtland Sutton's 1A. Maybe he's the 1A to Courtland Sutton's 1B, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire is the unquestioned starting running back in Kansas City, and he didn't play bad last year. I know a lot of people want to talk about how he underperformed expectations. That was because we had too high of expectations on Clyde Edwards-Helaire going into last season, but I think he's a screaming buy right now on an offense that just got better because they improved their offensive line. So give me Clyde and Jerry Jeudy over the 110. Turned out to be Mac Jones. I believe the 201 and 203, I think it was like Rashad Bateman, Rondale Moore, I think were the picks. So, yeah, let me know what y'all think on this one. But just so you know, I have no problem trading draft picks for proven young NFL players. It's just how I dynasty, man. I like to acquire the picks, and then I don't always use them all. Their currency, their assets to make moves, to transition them, to improve my team for short and long-term success. That's what we do with the squad. Destination Devy, we are on to the 2022 class, dynasty trades, mock drafts, film breakdowns, giveaways. I'm giving away entries to the Scott Fish Bowl over there with the patrons. So if you want to be a part of what we're doing, patreon.com/allgas. And until next time, I'm out of this thing. Peace.